Hi, I'm Andrew Liberali and it's a pleasure to be with you today. Thanks to the Public Sector Network and Deloitte for making this forum possible. Today we'll be discussing digital transformation, sharing insights into how we can progress our digital maturity and understanding how to build on the strengths of our current platforms while retaining flexibility. As a digital transformation lead, I'm currently working with the New South Wales Department of Skills and Higher Education to establish their digital capabilities. I'm also working closely with the Commonwealth Department of Education, NCVER, and South Australia as a New South Wales product owner, developing a centralised vocational education training data exchange for all 4,000 registered training organisations nationally. This will be a game changer for the vet sector. My experience leading digital transformation began over 30 years ago, helping the ATO move 13,000 staff from using mainframes to having a PC on every desk. This fundamentally changed the way they worked. And as a graduate at the time, I was fortunate to have the opportunity to work with many specialist vendors and thought leaders in the industry. From this, transformation became my passion and I love what I do. After the ATO, I serviced clients for technology vendors such as Microsoft, EDS and IBM. I've led transformation programs for both commercial and government organisations including SOCOG, Pfizer, Macquarie University, Revenue New South Wales, iCare and Westpac. I've also been fortunate to work closely with thought-leading companies such as Deloitte and many others along the way. I see my role as key to helping organisations translate digital strategy into manageable execution. I achieve this by working closely with executive leadership to execute their vision. The most common response I hear when digital transformation is proposed is that people immediately think it's about the new systems and the shiny new technology. But digital transformation is so much more than just technology, more than just the platforms you have or don't have. The key to successful transformation is your people. People make transformation happen or not happen. Your people understand your business and are the ones that will ultimately deliver your digital products and services to your customers. According to Forbes, 70% of digital transformations fail, and that report was as recent as September 2019. Even established companies like GE, Ford and Procter & Gamble encountered roadblocks when they first attempted to digitally transform. These failures can be incredibly costly in terms of lost money, resources, time and credibility. If you've been through some form of transformation yourself, it's likely you can relate to their experience. There are, however, significant things that we can learn from such failures. In hindsight, failed transformations show us the common mistakes and highlight key factors that can make all the difference the next time around. Organisations that have done this well include Nike, who learned the importance of planning after a failure in their digital sports initiative. In 2012, Nike Digital Sport released an innovative wearable fuel band product which initially proved really popular with the customers. The activity tracker within the product could provide wearers with detailed statistics and make Nike a leader in the wearable devices sector. 2 years later, 70 to 80% of the staff are being put off and the fuel band product has been discontinued. Now the reason behind that is because they couldn't find enough skilled people, like engineers, to actually run the product, and they were unable to exploit the data generated by FuelBand. Nike learned a lesson and moved away from manufacturing hardware and started focusing on the software offerings. So companies considering undergoing a digital transformation should ensure that they don't repeat this type of mistake by having a well-defined transformational plan in place. So not just launching a standalone digital product or service without adequate supporting platforms like data analytics or the right resources to support them. So why go digital? It's a simple question with a different driver for every organisation. What it comes down to though is that for every established organisation to stay competitive, they need to continually evolve their services. And they can't do this by clinging to outdated processes and ways of working. Customers' needs have changed and they want their needs to be met on demand. And for organisations to meet this demand, their people must be more effective, make better decisions and make them faster. The way that they can achieve this is by embracing the speed of automation through digital transformation, but also empowering staff to make faster decisions. It's becoming more difficult for organisations that cannot integrate tech to do well with their customer experience. But when they try to improve this experience, they are faced with big legacy challenges. Our ability to respond to external events has been tested lately by COVID-19. This has highlighted a need for organisations to be agile and flexible in their response to their environment and customer needs. As decision makers, leading our organisations through these challenges, we need to understand the key principles that make digital initiatives successful. The most useful frameworks keep things simple and help organisations to focus investment in the right place. Let's start by simplifying a key definition. Digital transformation. It's a big statement. The term digital transformation has become confusing. We need a clearer definition. One of the best definitions I've come across is digitising business strategy, which puts the focus on business delivery and technology as the enabler. When digitising business strategy and moving towards digital maturity, a simple and effective framework for us to use would be to focus on two key capabilities: digital capability and leadership capability. Digital capability is what we do, using digital technology to transform the customer experience, supporting operational processes and business models. Leadership capability is how we do it. Successfully digitising business strategy depends more on how the organisation manages its people and processes than on the technology itself. Using our trusty magic quadrant, we can get a feel for where we might be now and where we want to get to. The digital maturity quadrant, where the development, coordination and cooperation of our two key capabilities come together. This framework also shows us something else. It shows us the areas that are known to be dangerous, when big dollars are spent on technology without the leadership maturity to manage it, and where leadership pushes without the technical capability to deliver. The extremes of these are where we blow out our budget and when we blow out our schedule. Now, there are real-world examples of big bang approaches that look something like this. Organisations with a big budget aspiring to move fast and do big organisational transformation, but they risk focusing on the tech and outstripping the organisation's capability to manage it. Some of the results of this approach is siloed business engagement, fractured customer experience, technical debt, and budget blowouts, sometimes as large as 3 to 4 times the original estimates. The actual path to digital maturity looks something more like this. An organisation starting with a few small initiatives, some being successful, some failing fast. Get the business and tech to start working together and get the business team to select the initiatives. Start trialling technologies, delivering some proof of concepts and extended proof of concepts, doing some test and learn activities with varying degrees of success, get the initiatives funded, develop stakeholder confidence, reduce technical debt and leverage platforms, and reduce regretful spend and roll out to the business. In terms of efficiencies, the trend looks something like this. Known inefficiencies in operations and costs for new digital initiatives. Initial efficiencies found through some new digital tools, others through improved business processes, but the compounded efficiencies through improvement to people, processes and systems actually come in the digital maturity quadrant. So when we look at the digital capabilities, there are core components of digital capabilities which include customer experience, digital business which include the products and services, and our operations. Fortunately in New South Wales we have a very well thought out digital strategy, which is called Beyond Digital. And with 6 customer commitments where we're enabling New South Wales Government to use technology to work in new ways and solve problems that weren't solvable in the past. The Beyond Digital strategy reminds us that our focus as government is on delivering outcomes for our customers. Within the strategy, we provide our 6 customer commitments. These commitments are based on what our customers have told us and not what we think is best. And they are easy to engage, act with empathy, respect my time, explain what to expect, resolve the situation, and engage the community. The Digital Government Roadmap priorities also show us what we need to focus on when we go into build phase. So we want to be focusing on digital on the inside, put customer data at the heart of what we do, streamline the whole customer experience and not do it piecemeal, increase reach and engagement with wise digital investment, which in government can always be the most challenging thing. Core components of leadership capability are vision, staff engagement, governance, and technology leadership. When we look at vision, we need to create a shared transformative vision of a digital future for our organisation. For staff engagement, we need to engage employees at a scale to make the vision a reality and create momentum. For governance, we need to establish a strong digital governance to steer the course, manage our scope, schedule, risks and priorities. And for technology leadership, we need to connect our business and IT communities to build digital skills and transform technology platforms. Within the technology leadership bubble, there are three areas: digital platforms, digital skills, and the IT and business relationships. When we're looking at maximising our digital platforms and our current platforms, it's not just about the technology. We have to surround them with the right people with the right skill sets and make sure that there's an established workflow between IT and business relationships. There's quite a lot of upskilling that's possible for our staff, including the use of Agile, Scrum and Kanban processes, the use of epics and user stories, customer journeys and what they mean, iterations rather than getting things perfect up front, stand-ups and other rituals. When we're looking at our platforms, there's a bunch of tools that we can use above and beyond just our source systems, which include development, testing, collaboration, the definition of a digital domain architecture, which becomes our roadmap for what we build and invest in, a data architecture that actually supports that domain architecture, the management of legacy systems in parallel with that and how we integrate all those systems together, and above all, avoiding regretful spend where possible. With the IT and business relationships, we might never have done joint workshops before. Start doing playback sessions for iterations in some of our technology processes or projects, joint definitions, common language, priorities and collaboration. And in fact, when I do my programs of work, defining the joint language and the joint definitions is usually the first place to start, and it can take a little bit longer than what you think. So, how do we keep our digital GPS pointed at digital maturity? Well, there are four things that will help us do that. Defining the journey, focusing investment, mobilising the organisation, and sustaining the digitisation through momentum. So defining the digital journey, we want to build awareness, align the exec. We want to focus investment by translating the vision into action, so building our governance, funding the right initiatives. We want to mobilise the organisation through setting the intention, be prepared before we go and engage them, and support the evolution of behaviours and a new culture. And sustaining the digitisation is all about momentum, so build the skills, align the staff, measure, monitor, and iterate and keep the momentum going. So in summary, to reach digital maturity, we need to focus on uplifting our digital capability, uplifting our leadership capability, getting technology and business to work together on initiatives, and creating initiatives you can manage. And keeping our GPS tuned in by a defined bigger digital journey, focused investment, a mobilised organisation, and by keeping it moving. Thank you for tuning in. I hope these insights will help you tune your organisation's GPS and help you move effectively from where you are towards your digital maturity. If you have any questions, please submit them to the group chat or the Q&A if you're online, and I will answer these shortly. Thank you.